Hi, it's Ashley from Life by Ashley Pichet, where I invite you to join me in doing life together, living intentionally by faith every day. Today, I want to share with you all about the Child Training Bible. If you've read my blog post recently, you know we've started taking our Bible taking our children to the Word of God when behavioral or heart issues come up. The Word of God is powerful, and taking the kids to the Bible is a great way to teach them that the Bible is a guidebook for life. It not only tells us what not to do, but it tells us how we ought to live and how Jesus wants to help us live according to the way that we ought to be living. Well, sometimes in the heat of the moment, you can't remember where that verse is, or if you haven't studied the Bible thoroughly yourself, you might not know what verses are available to take your kids to. So that's where the Child Training Bible comes in. Mindy Dunn has gone through the Bible and has highlighted 8 to 12 verses for a number of topics that you would probably be dealing with on a regular basis with your kids. Topics like anger or jealousy, lying, tattling, discouragement, laziness, and a number of others. And she has gone through and put together these amazing packet of cards that has each of the categories, has the verse references listed, and then has a color-coded index that you can use to create your very own Child Training Bible. I spent some time this week creating our Bible. I went on Amazon and I bought a Bible. Note, buy this 9x6 Bible that is recommended. Don't skimp and save $1 and buy the smaller one. It will not work. Well, it will work. I used it, but you have to make some improvisations to your cards in order to make it work. And then I went on Amazon and I bought the flags and then some colored Sharpies to go along with it. What you're going to do is you're going to take the packet that you get from childtrainingbible.com and you're going to use it, and you're going to go through and highlight the verses on the cards. Like I showed you on this card, it has, all these verses listed here next to impatience. So what I did is I went through, and if you see impatience, I have tabs here next to impatience. I can open it up, and on the page I've actually highlighted in blue the verse that corresponds to talking about impatience. This one is from Psalm 37 verse 7, and it's the first part of the verse, and it says, "Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him." So if I have a child who's dealing with having problems being patient or sitting still, we can take them to this verse and talk about what does that mean to sit still before the Lord? What does it mean to be patient? There are also a number of other verses that are talking about impatience, so you might take them to more than one verse depending on the situation. On the back of these cards is a great little thing. Mindy has gone through and talking about the heart issue, talking about questions to reflect on the Bible verses, and then a prayer based on the scriptures that you've just looked at that you can pray with or over your child to help them as you're dealing with heart issues, not just behavioral issues. Funny story, while I was putting this Bible together, I had gotten it set up, and I figure out, okay, this is how I'm gonna go ahead and put it together. I'm working on highlighting the verses, and my daughter comes downstairs, "Mom, I think David just pooped his pants." Now, my children were both supposed to be taking naps. I was supposed to be distraction free. However, something he had eaten, my 3.5-year-old, who was fully potty trained for multiple years, had managed to lose control of his bowels. He did not make it to the bathroom in time and had pooped his pants in his room. So I had to go upstairs, clean up the mess, and as I came back down, I was starting to kind of grumble and complain, thinking, I did this while they were taking naps. This wasn't supposed to happen. I was supposed to get this done. Why is this happening to me? I'm doing a good thing. I'm being intentional about faith. And I came downstairs and I looked up, and I noticed I was working on the word complaining. That was the word that I was going through and highlighting the verses about. And it just took me a second, and God just spoke to my heart and said, "Ashley, yes, you are working on something good, but you have an issue with complaining." And so it was just a great reminder and a moment for me to stop and touch base with God and to, confess that issue in my own life and to ask His help to continue to do things joyfully and to have a good attitude about them. So this is not only good for kids, it's also good for the parents. I plan to probably reference this multiple times in my own life as I'm struggling with various issues, but it's also great because we can take our kids directly to the Word of God, and we've got it put together in an easy to use, easy to reference form. So I am very excited. I'm going to be giving away one of the packets on the blog today for the Child Training Bible. So feel free to, if you're not already watching this video on my blog, to go visit blog.ashleypechet.com/child-training-bible and enter to win a copy for yourself. I look forward to seeing you on the blog.